Hello, welcome back to Should They Don't Tell You. I'm Nikki Limo.
What's up? It's Iceman.
And today, Steve, I have a conspiracy topic for you.
I'm excited about this one.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, normally our conspiracy topics are either alien related or Hollow Earth related, some sort of cosmic related, right? But if you kind of believe in or you follow the reptilian secretly in charge of the world,
Of course.
they're all of our politicians and stuff, then why wouldn't our celebrities also be maybe manipulated and controlled by them?
I've seen some Beyonce's or reptile videos.
Yeah.
Very compelling stuff.
Any celebrity that does like this and does like this
They
and
all
their
do
concert does like this.
She's making,
like,
if you're listening, she's
like
making
this.
the pyramids gesture.
does like this.
And the eye
Illuminati
gesture.
gestures. They let you know that they're part of the club. Maybe they're not even that celebrity anymore. Maybe they're clones. And like that's their way of letting you know in the public, because that's what they have to do. According to conspiracy law, they have to let you know.
You know what's not a conspiracy is if you support this show on Patreon. Patreon.com/sticky.
STIKKI.
Nothing helps the show more. Yeah, $5 a month. And we have all kinds of cool stuff. You get the show early. I do a show called Crypto Corner every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We talk about crypto for a couple hours. Also, we do free roll poker tournaments every month and live streams with me and Nikki. So,
And our Discord community is amazing.
off the chain amazing. Now, back to conspiracy.
Right. So rumors have been circulating online as of late. I mean, they've been going on for a while now, but they popped up more as of late since Britney's wedding that perhaps Brittany has been replaced by an AI for years now.
So there's a person who we're all seeing as Brittany.
Yeah,
And it's generated. You believe it's generated?
Yeah, like how TikTok filters are,
Right.
where they can put a face on you. And the technology of deepfakes has gotten so good. You've all seen that Tom Cruise deepfake
Yes.
that looks just
very
like
good.
him.
It's very
like
good.
really, really convincing.
Because one of the things about deepfakes, and I am a layman with this stuff. I don't really understand it, but you have to have someone who looks similar to them already to kind of be the layer
they
one.
don't have to like look similar, but they have to have like maybe a similar head shape.
Yeah,
and
facial
head
structure,
and body
nose,
shape,
I think
yeah.
where the nose placement is. All that stuff has to be like it helps a lot if it's really close.
Yeah, it helps a lot if it's close, for sure. We've done episodes on celebrities possibly being dead and replaced by clones.
Paul McCartney.
But we've never done one of like, we don't know if they're dead, but they're just not them anymore. Like the public version of them has been replaced by AI.
Got it.
And that is what people are speculating about Britney Spears. So,
Not to be a JK cast member right now and ask you a question that is annoying, but is she still under the conservatorship?
no.
Or conservatorship?
So what people think, everyone went, yay, Britney's free, right? It was a whole
Right.
big deal. This was like 1-2 years ago. I forget, was it like a year ago, a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
It was really like not too far back, right? She was like released from the conservatorship. She's like, yay, I'm free. And then she was posting about how much her family sucks and how much Jamie Lynn sucks and how hurt she is. And, you know, it seemed like she was actually able to post her mind again.
Free
and
to shit on her family again.
yeah. Like she was actually celebrating being free, which is interesting because the entire time she was in the conservatorship and people were like, Brittany, like blink if you need help, and like, or wear yellow in the next video if you need help. And then she would.
Yeah.
Like she was like, people like she's sending messages, right? She was responding to our messages, but she couldn't really outwardly say that she needed help or that she wanted to be free. But then once she was free, she got to talk about like, yay, now that I'm free, here's how I really feel. And she has a book coming out for those of you who are interested. There's a book coming out supposedly she wrote. We don't know.
About the whole situation?
Yeah, and people are speculating that maybe she isn't free. That maybe...
Well, yeah, she wasn't actually freed from all the
Yeah,
stuff.
that maybe she's still under control of these people. And they've been speculating for a while that Sam Asari, her now going to be ex-husband, they just got married, but now they're going to be ex-husband, has been her controller for a while, like her wrangler, basically. And that it was all just kind of a trick to make Britney feel like he has her back and is protecting her. But there's been many instances of where she's been in weird situations publicly and he hasn't stepped in to help her. So people were like, we don't think that he's got her best interest. But anyway, people have been analyzing her videos as of late and pointing out just common AI glitches. So remember back in December when we all got to like plug in our pictures into these new AI programs and see all the AI versions of us? And it was very controversial because it was stealing from artists and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
But we all got to kind of see how AI works with our images.
Yes.
Okay, so some of the common things are AI is really bad with fingers.
It's very bad.
It always like adds fingers. It makes them pointy. It adds a bunch of fingers. It doesn't really get how hands clasp.
You know, it kind of made me look at hands first when I see any pictures now. Isn't that weird?
Is it? Does it?
Yeah.
I think that you're onto something. I think that that's what happened after people were playing with AI. That's when they really started noticing these glitches of like, this seems weird. Like, why is her hand like that? Why is her arm bent like that? Like, why does it flash from her hand being like this to now being like this? Like sometimes the AI will glitch where it'll show like the bottom of a foot and then it's like the top of the foot. Like stuff like that.
I know you're saying.
Like where it glitches because it's not sure how to read it really.
Yep.
And it's really bad with teeth. Like it's really bad at getting, like if you're opening your mouth, if you're smiling like this, like it's bad at understanding how to make teeth work.
Got it.
Especially the bottom teeth. So in all of Britney's pictures, she shows her bottom teeth when she smiles, and she's always like opening her mouth, you know.
You know, AI is just like me as a kid learning to draw.
Right.
Like faces were easy, hands were really hard. I remember teeth being really hard.
Yeah.
I always fucked up a face with teeth. Always. I always made them look like an asshole after I made them look like they were methy because I couldn't do the teeth right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. AI is still learning. It learns. So just like we learn, our brains learn, and you as a little kid learned, hopefully, like you start getting better and better at it. And pretty soon, maybe we won't be able to tell the difference at all between deepfakes and real. But right now, it's not perfect. There's a lot of glitches. It's still very much learning, and bottom teeth disappear. And so people were going frame by frame through her Instagram videos and noticing these glitches where she has extra fingers and then she has like no bottom teeth and then they reappear, and just things that aren't normal. Like if you go through any normal video, old interviews with Brittany, it's not like a frame glitch with a camera where like maybe the frames don't catch movement or something and so your teeth look like they're not there. No, like it is a clear AI glitch where there's just gums for like 3 frames.
Whoa.
Right. And in addition to that, there's like weird AI blinking. AI doesn't really get how to blink. Like if you're putting someone else's face over you and you blink, if you normally blink when you go frame by frame, it's just a smooth motion. Your eyes go down, your eyes go back up. Right. But with AI blinking, your eyes stay stuck in the middle. Then they go down, then they go back to the middle, go back down again, then come up. The weird AI
like glitch.
Yeah, where it doesn't quite know how to blink. It knows it has to go like that, but doesn't.
Most people cannot see you right now, but
yeah, like if you're listening on audio, I'm going to be showing you a lot of visuals, so you might want to check out the YouTube video version of this. But AI basically makes your eyelids go to the middle of your eye. It pauses, then it goes back up, then back to the middle, then down, then back to the middle, down again, then back up.
Yeah, we get it.
And like when you're watching it in real time, it looks like a blink. You might not catch it, but when you go frame by frame and you compare it to a normal person blinking, it's very unnatural. Also, eye shifting, like eyes changing colors, things that just don't happen, almost as if someone with a different color eye is the face beneath the face.
Now, do we know that these are authentic Britney vids, or are these are
from her Instagram?
From her Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, so those are official Britney videos from her official Britney page. Another thing that people were analyzing were sometimes she was dancing in front of a piano, and the reflection in the piano has a different person, like different outfit, different legs than what she's wearing in the video. She has a lot of tattoos, and they tend to disappear and reappear, or they start to move around her body. almost like they're trying to catch up to the movement.
Oh, wow.
They kind of
It's
trying
like
to
rendering.
follow. Yeah, exactly. It's not quite there. And then she's also done weird voices, but she's done a lot of weird voices in the past. I feel like I kind of dismissed that one because
she's done a lot of
she's
weird
done a
stuff.
lot of weird voices.
A lot of weird airy fairy pixie like nature, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of dancing.
There's a new, she had British accent one, but there's a new like deep voiced one where she was like this. She was saying, "Get ready for this." Like she's a deep voice one.
Weird.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like that was real Britney too. She's always had like different accents and personalities come out.
Yeah.
A sign of trauma, but not necessarily a sign of AI.
So this is a lot of people just observing her videos on the internet and
going
calling,
frame by frame
and calling this out.
Analyzing, that like AI also has glitches like this.
Okay.
So, by the way, I'm not accusing her of being an AI. This is for entertainment purposes only.
That's right.
But there are people out there who have entire Instagrams, TikToks, Twitters out there dissecting all of this. So this can be a very deep rabbit hole, and I'm just going to touch on things that I found interesting in my little surface search of this topic. I stumbled across like a TikTok or two, and then I was like, oh no, this is going to be a rabbit hole if I keep going.
And it probably was more than you're letting on.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
But the more
Nikki,
I dug...
Nikki always tries to make it to sound like a reasonable person, but she's not one.
Well, for example, we did an episode on Paul McCartney being replaced, and it was just very surface. But then I spent 2 years digging, and I have so much more information that we didn't touch on
Not
that
just
episode.
digging, she has read tomes of books
I've read
on this
so many.
shit, guys.
I've read a lawyer dissected all of this
It's
with
insane.
forensic scientists and stuff. And yeah, we didn't even touch on it in that video. But anyway, so this Britney video. This is just like the basics, but I'll leave links in the description of accounts that are digging into this
If you
further.
want to get cuckoo bananas.
If you want to get cuckoo bananas about this, because Britney she's a national treasure. Okay,
Agreed.
She is family. We all grew up with her.
Exactly.
If you're a millennial, like
She is mom.
She is mommy. We all grew up with her, okay?
Right.
This is a member of our family.
Right.
So I can understand if you're invested and want to know more. All right, I have more. There's more than just that people are dissecting and noticing, hey, why does she have extra fingers in this clip? Hey, it's kind of weird that her teeth disappear.
Are we not seeing her in person anymore? Didn't she just get smacked by a basketball player?
It could have been her.
Like the new guy, right? He was like the number one pick this past season, or this last draft. He was like going through the Red Rock or some shit, like one of these hotels. And Brittany like tried to get a picture with him, and then his bodyguard like fucking shoved Brittany.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
committed a huge crime against against mother.
Yeah, against mother.
And everyone was freaking out about it. And there's videos of her there. So are people saying like that, is it that she just doesn't exist, or is it like...
Well, we don't know.
Okay.
So mostly people are saying she's just not okay. She's like somewhere, and we haven't seen her in public. Like her public...
I'm inclined to believe that.
Her public persona...
Her public persona has been messed with.
Is not her.
Yeah.
That either it's old videos that they're posting and try to pass as new, or they're new videos that they put AI over. Like deepfake AI technology over. Okay. So there's a lot of different aspects to this. Another thing that came out is there's this Britney impersonator. Her name is Ashley Pitzer. And a few months ago, before the summer, she posted this very revealing TikTok where she showed screenshots of her getting contacted by the director of a will.i.am video. And I don't know if you know this, but will.i.am and Brittany dropped a collab in July. So this was going to be the music video to their upcoming collab. And this music director reached out to this Britney impersonator, Ashley Pitzer, and asks if she would be interested in being in this will.i.am Britney collab music video, playing Britney as a deepfake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in a yellow bikini. And she asked more questions like, does Britney Spears know about this? Does she know that I'm going to be playing her? Is she okay with this? She basically has her manager reach out with more details and get back to me, basically. she didn't hear back, so she kind of like brushed it off. And then like a month later, like she hears back from her manager, like, oh, actually they want you. Like, would you want to be in this music video? And she's like, well, why me? Why did they decide to come back to me? And the director said that her dancing was the most like Britney's. And so they really wanted her to do a Britney deepfake. But because the director would not confirm that Britney was actually okay with this, Ashley did not feel comfortable and she declined the offer.
Wow.
Yeah. And she also confirmed that it was in fact the director. She goes to this Instagram profile of who reached out to her, because it could be like just not a real director, right? But the director is followed by will.i.am. He follows will.i.am. will.i.am follows him back. Like, all the important people surrounding the music industry are following him. So he seems to be a legit director of this music video. But yeah, so she declines because they wanted her to sign an NDA and all this stuff, obviously.
So she really cares about Mother.
Yeah, she does. And that's what she said in her TikTok. She said, I would never do anything to disrespect the queen. Mommy. Yeah. And then she like shows videos of her like dancing like Brittany, and like she's like, I just really love Brittany and I just want to pay her homage. I don't want to be her or do anything that is not okay with her.
She's a tribute artist.
Yeah. So that was weird because like there was a collab coming out and they don't have the music video out yet since this all got released.
Right.
Okay.
So this lady came out and then now everyone knows, so maybe there's going to be no video.
So maybe there's not going to be that same video. Because now everyone knows that it's not going to be Brittany in the video.
Got it.
Because why are they asking this girl to be a deep fake Brittany? And they literally say that in the messaging. It says to do a deep fake of Brittany.
Is it, I mean, maybe because coming from where we came from, like every actor has a stunt double. Every actor has a lookalike.
Yeah. So like, that's the thing where when people are non-believers, where they're like immediately like, this is ridiculous. No. Well, you have to understand that every politician, famous celebrity, like when you get to a certain level of A-list celebrity status, everyone has a body double.
Everyone.
Like they have since the 60s, since the 50s and 60s. They've had, the Beatles all had body doubles. That wasn't even controversial back then to say. Like they even have interviews.
A safety concern.
Yeah, they have interviews where the Beatles are like, yeah, we have body doubles, right?
Saddam Hussein had like 7 dudes being Saddam Hussein. So I mean, when the president moves around, like they have like 3 of those big beast vehicles, like just to be decoys.
In case, yes, decoys. Yeah, exactly. Eminem notoriously doesn't go out and party, but he has a body double that parties, and a lot of times people don't know the difference.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that comes out. Do you know who Maya Marie is?
No clue.
Okay, so Maya Marie, a couple years ago, sorry, we're getting flash flood warnings right now on my phone. Maya Marie,
singer-songwriter?
She does backup vocals for Brittany. Okay. And a couple years ago, there was this big controversy because it came out that she might have sung way more than backup vocals.
I did hear about this.
Yeah. So was on, Circus and some of the older Britney albums, but she was legit backup vocals. But the Britney Jean album, it's said that she sang 80% of that album.
Wow.
And when you go to her page, which, I mean, I'll link it, but I don't think I can play it for you guys. But when you go to her page on YouTube, if you look up Maya Marie and you listen to her videos, she sounds exactly like Britney.
That's really cool. It's really crazy, actually.
Like if I told you that was Britney.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to listen to some of her music and compare the differences. But if I told you that was Britney, and this is a new Britney song,
it's dead on.
You would absolutely believe that was Britney. So this came out a few years ago and fans were pretty pissed because everything they've known about Britney is a lie now, and they want to know exactly what album she's sang on. People were trying to cancel her, like as if it was her fault that she was Britney.
She got hired for a gig.
So then she had to come out and say, no, I didn't sing. That's ridiculous. I only sang backup vocals. But there's an interview where her dad talks about her singing most of Britney's album.
Well, dads do that, though.
I know, but
a dad would do that.
After listening to her songs,
when I did middle school basketball, my dad would tell people like how great I am at basketball, and I was like basically thrown off the team for being terrible. You know what I mean? That's what parents do.
No, I get that.
Oh, my boy, he scored in the last game.
But it very much felt like backpedaling. Like she was talking about how much she sang on the album, and then she's like, "Oh no, I didn't mean for people to get the wrong idea.
Got it.
I meant I only sing backup," as if she had to make an official statement that she only sings backup vocals. But fans are just speculating now because of how similar she sounds to the newer Britney sound that we're all familiar with now.
Yeah, that's the new Britney sound for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and then this happens too, like with older bands, like the Beatles used to, I'm just using Beatles as an example because I've done a lot of research on them.
Read thousands of pages about it, yeah.
But like, they weren't trained musicians. They're self-taught musicians. So they would have studio musicians go in there and clean it up. So they would go record for a couple hours or whatever, and then they would have studio musicians go and clean up the guitar or whatever. And
yeah, because isn't it Paul McCartney who cannot read music to this day?
None of them can read music.
None of them could, right?
Yeah, supposedly.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah. I mean, John Lennon, who knows if he knew what parts he actually played guitar to and what parts were cleaned up by a studio musician.
Right.
So same with Britney. Like,
that makes sense.
Who knows?
It's an enterprise.
If she went and recorded the album, she might think, well, yeah, I went in there and recorded the whole album.
Once people know that you can take a celebrity and make a certain amount of money with them, it changes everything.
Exactly.
Like my guy,
they want to preserve that.
Steven Seagal, direct to DVD sales wise, they know that they can just put his fucking face, his big fat face, on a cover and just call it like Action Point or something, or Mercenary for Justice or whatever.
Yeah.
Mix a bunch of like adjectives with like, nouns. And now all of a sudden you're selling X amount in all these territories, like guaranteed bottom line, going to hit that number every time. And that becomes an enterprise, becomes an industry.
Yeah. Exactly. Like once they make a certain amount of money, all the higher ups are trying to protect that.
Yeah. And if you know you can at least hit a certain amount, it becomes a whole thing.
And who's more famous than Britney Spears, Beatles, Steven Seagal? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they would do anything to make sure that money can go on for as long as possible. So let's say one of your big money makers, like a Britney Spears or a Paul McCartney, passed away or went crazy or is non-functional anymore. How are you going to continue making money off of that?
I will say one of the wildest things that I can't believe hasn't happened yet is Prince. Like, we all know Prince died.
Yeah.
Prince has like untold amounts of songs, unreleased songs. He did a whole movie with Kevin Smith. Like, Kevin Smith did a whole Prince documentary that Prince like had him cut and edit and like spend years on. And then Kevin Smith says he just shelved it at his house. He held a private screening for it, and then that's it. He doesn't release it.
What?
Yeah. That's a true story.
That's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. So the industry of Prince never, for some reason, the dark forces never like were part of it or something.
Yeah.
Because you would think they'd be releasing every single little piece of Prince.
There has to be something nefarious going on there then. If you follow the money, it's like the right people aren't getting paid.
Yeah, the right people aren't getting it. So then why can't go after Prince's estate?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Okay, so when we come back, I'm going to get deeper into why people are going hard right now on the AI theory of Britney.
Can't wait.
Stay tuned.
BRB LOL.
And feel free to check out our Patreon if you like episodes like these.
Please do. BRB LMFAO.
LMFAO ROFL. Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. We just want to take a break to tell you thanks for listening to our podcast. And if you want to rate it, that would be really awesome for us.
Listen, we're on break. We're not talking to you like podcast hosts right now. We're just talking to you like people.
As a friend.
And we just want to say, please rate the show because it helps out huge amounts.
Like, we're not desperate. We're like kind of desperate.
We're giving shout outs right now to all the people who are giving it ratings. So huge shout out right now to Brian Jorgensen. That was sick of you, dude. Thank you. God bless. Huge shout out right now to Mark W. in Springfield, Connecticut.
Back to our podcast.
Jenny Blythe.
Hey, back to our podcast.
In Tuscany,
and
Florida.
Back to our podcast.
God bless you. Thank you.
Steven.
Thank you for supporting the show.
Okay, so if you went on break and listened to Maya Marie, you now know what I'm talking about. Well, Maya Marie came out like recently. I don't know if it was recently, but a video surfaced recently of her, people asking her how she got involved with Britney. And she said that she sent a demo in that was a will.i.am collab, and she was like, I can't remember what it was called. It was like up in your business or business. It just said business a lot, business. And the new will.i.am Britney collab is called Mind Your Business. And she was Maya Marie was talking about how like this was the demo tape. So this, not only is it not Britney, it might be Maya Marie singing on the album. This isn't even a new track.
Got it.
This is like a demo from way back when they were hiring her.
Wow.
It's supposedly, if you put these clues together.
Well, if you want a little bit of context for our listeners, Nikki and I went to Brittany live years ago when she was still doing live performances
when she was
in Las
a resident,
Vegas.
yeah.
And they were just playing her CD.
They were. It was the exact same song. They didn't change anything.
Didn't change a single
She was
pitch.
just lip syncing to her CDs.
Yeah, she was lip syncing to the CD. So I think she hasn't been singing her own stuff for a while.
Yeah, but why would they make that obvious? You know, why not just have a clone on stage or whatever?
I don't disagree.
I don't know.
But didn't it make you love it because she's doing the CD? Like, you kind of love it.
I kind of love it because that's how I know the song to
Me
be.
too.
But also, it was kind of sad.
It was kind of sad. It was weird. Sad. It was crazy too because like, so she's just there, right? And then her dancers like maneuvering her and shit. She's barely even like moving around that much.
Yeah.
Like
well, to be fair, we went before the revival. Like a couple weeks later, they were saying how it was a completely different show and how she like is like got a new inspiration for life or whatever.
Got it.
Remember that? And I was like, damn it, we just missed it.
Yeah, it was like watching an inflatable doll just get carried around by people.
It was pretty nuts.
It was wild.
Anyway, you're getting besides the point. Okay. I am still on Maya Marie, right? Okay. During this time, Brittany changed her Instagram to Maria River Red. Okay, pretty weird. She changed her Instagram name to Maria River Red. Okay, remember, I don't know how closely you follow Brittany IG, but I just started getting interested a few years ago when she was posting crazy videos, right? And this was like kind of right before the pandemic. So she started posting like kind of creepy pictures of just the same selfie over and over again in different lighting. But like the same selfie in different lighting. And she would put like red roses, and can't wait for Project Red Rose. Okay. Well, it turns out that there were 2 AI programs that are working with CAA, or maybe one of them's working with CAA and CAA clients. So Brittany's part of CAA, but one of the AI programs is AI Rose. The other one is Red River.
Got it.
And you can go to like red.river, I think is what the URL is.
So
but they're both
connection.
AI programs that they're working with CAA clients with. So when she was posting all those different pictures, it was like she was showing this is her real face, and that was what they were going to make AI filters with.
Got it. So she's the layer 1, and then they're going to put Brittany on top.
She's very like clue based. Like she gives like clues in her IG of how she's doing. She seems nutso, but she also just like gives tons of clues.
So the idea is they're replacing Brittany with her face too.
Yeah. And I don't know if she's into it or not. Like maybe she feels like she'll be free from the public eye because they're replacing her face with AI, or maybe she feels like now she doesn't have a say in what her public image is at all. I don't know how she feels about it, but in any case, she was giving a lot of clues off up to these AI programs and using a lot of red roses in every single post and Project Red Rose as a hashtag in every post. And
sounds like she's just excited about a piece of tech that's coming.
Yeah, probably.
It sounds like it.
Yeah,
kinda.
She's just super excited about it.
No, but kind of. Well, because like anytime we know tubers, right? Anytime they're working on some stupid new secret project, they always do #secret project, like trying to drum up like interest in it.
Yeah. So is it drumming up interest or fake interest, and kind of more so letting her fans know that this thing's happening? Because why would a YouTuber just post the same picture over and over again?
Oh, they kind of do that.
I don't know. This is pretty weird.
Selfie culture is kind of that, but yeah, I get it.
Maybe she was told something that she was excited about originally, because it was years ago, and maybe she's not anymore. Who knows?
Okay.
So the reason that fans are dicking up all of this stuff now and really doing a deep dive on all of her videos and when all this AI stuff might have started, if they are using AI, was because the wedding was so weird. So the wedding...
Kayla Marie's wedding? Or Skylar Marie? Oh,
no, Brittany's wedding.
Okay, thank you.
With Sam.
Okay,
it's super weird. Like, there were super weird elements all over the place. So, first of all, the one video that we get to see is like her in this carriage, like Cinderella type carriage, and she goes away. But when you zoom in, it doesn't look like her at all. Like, it looks like there was a fake Britney and like they used maybe some AI over her. And people have even been testing this theory by using like AI over people that she's close to that weren't at the wedding that kind of look like her, like this girl named Vicky P. Anyway, it does kind of look like her. Also, people didn't take pictures with the bride. Like, there were hardly any pictures with Brittany.
That's weird.
And the ones that were with Brittany was super weird because her nails continuously weren't matching picture by picture. In one picture, they'd be red tipped, and in other pictures, they were chunky and white tipped.
And she's wearing the same shit?
Same shit.
Wow.
As if it's from the same day. But there are other pictures of her, like when she was getting engaged, she had the red tips. So she has an engagement photo with the red tips, and then she has...
are wondering if they sourced it from there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's weird duplicate Photoshopped photos of the guests. Like, there's this picture of Donatella Versace with Sam, the groom. Mm-hmm. And then there's a picture of her with, I forget who else she was with in another picture. It's the same pose, it's not just the same pose. It's the same exact picture that they photoshopped out and put her with a different person. Why? Like, why? So there's weird like Photoshop pictures of people at this wedding. It's a very small group of people that were there, like small A-list celebrities like Paris Hilton, Drew Barrymore, Selena Gomez, Miles Teller. And after the fact, Britney posts and says that she wasn't present at her wedding. So people were taking it as like, oh, she just got caught up in like the joy of her wedding. She like wasn't present.
Yeah.
Everything was a blur. She like wasn't present. But like, what a weird thing to say.
She actually tweeted, I wasn't present?
Yeah, I wasn't even present at my wedding.
What the hell?
And then she also Instagrammed like pictures from the wedding saying like, I had no idea these people were going to be there.
I believe that.
So she like didn't even know who was invited to her own wedding. She also said she wanted to keep it a small gathering of friends and family, but there were no family members there.
Well, that's not surprising given all that.
Yeah, sure. But she said friends and family.
Right.
And then no family. Zero family. There's also just like every celebrity interview that gets asked about the Britney wedding, they get really uncomfortable about it, like just visibly uncomfortable. And they're like, oh, yeah, it was fun. Like, it's just a really weird vibe when you watch these interviews of people who were actually there at the wedding, like Drew Barrymore and Selena Gomez. What else? Jason Alexander, her ex, not Seinfeld. Yeah.
Not George from Seinfeld.
Her ex-husband, or her ex, I don't remember if they're married.
So she probably wishes she married George from Seinfeld
for
now.
Sure. For sure she does. But her ex, Jason Alexander, tried to crash the wedding. So he's on like Instagram Live or maybe TikTok Live, one of these live streams. He's like streaming from his phone and he's on a live trying to crash the wedding. And he's
what a weird move.
But he's going from room to room. So yeah, people were like, oh, what a crazy stalker ex.
Yeah.
But really on the live, he is saying, where's Brittany? Is she okay? Is she safe? Oh, I need to see Brittany. Where is she? And he can't find her anywhere. And then he's like, this is a bullshit wedding. This is not real.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
In Britney land.
In Britney land, right? Also, there's a TikTok of this, one of the TikTokers that digs deep on this. She took a picture from the wedding, the quote unquote wedding, and then she took another random picture from the house, and the one from the house was like, she has this thing where it says like if it's a real person or not, if there's this program that can tell if something's AI or not.
Got it.
And so she compared one that was like real person Brittany to like 15% real person, like mostly going to be an AI, right?
Interesting.
So this one's 80% it's a real person. This one's 15% that it's a real person. The wedding one was the 15% one. She overlays the old picture onto the new picture, and it's like the same exact picture, like to the
Like,
nose shadows the
just
same.
lines up.
Yeah, the hairs are the same. Everything is the same. So they're like, this is just a photoshopped picture.
Got it.
Or an AI picture.
And that's all her wedding photos are kind of like that?
Yeah, all of her wedding photos are just, they're just weird inconsistencies. Also, just weird stuff like Vogue said, oh, Brittany wore these diamonds at her wedding. But if you look at all the pictures, she's not wearing any diamonds. She's wearing pearl choker and that's no other jewelry. So why are they like lying? Like, why are they just like, it's just a really, really weird situation. And hardly anyone has like actual pictures with the bride or videos with the bride. There's just like there's one weird group photo, but when you do the like AI comparisons, seems like they just used an old photo of Brittany.
It is wild that how celebrities become like NASCAR drivers, basically. Like they're the jumpsuit, and then you just put your advertisement on top of them, whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you pay a certain amount of money.
Exactly. There's also, because of all this, they're like, well, who else is an AI? You know, if Brittany's an AI and they're not pulling it off very well, like who else is an AI? So they're looking at videos of Hillary Clinton. I mean, there's been some glitches there.
Kamala Harris, dude.
They actually think that Hillary Clinton, they might be tampering like with robot technology because she seems to glitch like...
She's the older model.
She seems to glitch like a robot and she makes like...
The DNC video of her looking at balloons is wild. Where she's like, whoa, you've seen that video?
I have not seen that video.
You have seen that video.
I've seen several compilations of videos of her, so maybe I've seen it in the compilation.
Because it's just weird. It's like a human being. This is not a human being,
right?
To me,
right? Yeah. There's whole compilation videos of her doing like really glitchy things that I'm like,
politicians in general,
I could see it.
Rub me like that though. Like I don't look at them and go, that's a normal person. Like Ron DeSantis, when he was like, they got that clip from the debate where he's like, I will never let you down, and then the camera zooms in on his face and like he looks like he has no idea what he's saying.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's just like not real people.
Everything's off.
Yeah.
Everything is off about humans. That. Yeah, I think they're experimenting with some base technology there because like it's pretty bad. Like, so one of the videos I saw was, I can't remember what the line was that she said, but let's say it was like, how's it going? She went like, how's it going? going. She went like that.
Wow.
She like literally glitched like that.
Wow.
Like not a stutter.
Yeah, not a stutter.
It was the exact same tone said like repeatedly of just one word.
Well, we agree that, you know, Brittany is a certain money making empire.
Yeah.
And you would want to portray a certain thing in order to keep it all going.
Yes. So they think that like the wedding was supposed to be this neat little bow of like, look, Brittany got her happy ending. She got released from the conservatorship. She's free. She gets to post whatever she wants. She also has a book coming out.
Yeah.
Right? She has a book coming out. And people are like, is this book going to be legit?
Did she write it? I mean,
yeah.
That's the thing. I don't think these people write or do anything of the... No. Brittany didn't write her own music. We all know that.
Well, she supposedly says, oh, this book is going to reveal everything that I've been going through that I've had to like hide, you know? But that's pretty juicy like get money from.
Yeah.
So... yeah, it seems like they're trying to paint this narrative of like she gets the happy ending, but now they're getting divorced. So that's also not... I don't know if that goes along with the narrative.
Yeah. But so the happy ending is just about resetting her public image, right? Like, so it's like a nice little hard reset for her.
Maybe. We don't know.
Okay. Well,
but that's the storyline they're going with.
Got it.
It's just a really weird... I think, this is my theory.
Okay.
And this is all just like for entertainment purposes, if we're going to go this direction that Britney's an AI and she's being controlled, like her images is being controlled by handlers or whatever, I think that this is very new technology that they're experimenting with because it's pretty clunky.
Right.
If that's true. For all these people to notice huge glitches. Yeah,
it just feels like if you're going to do like what they're doing,
Yeah.
Why would you pick Britney? She's like one of the biggest names on the earth. Like, do it with like the Monkees or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think most of those guys are dead though. But like, do it with like, you know, someone like some smaller celebrity like Donny Osmond. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Try it out with Donny Osmond for a couple years. See if it works.
The reason so if I'm them, the reason I pick Britney first is because, one, we have to do something to make money from this creation that we've made that maybe is no longer willing to play ball, or she can't mentally play ball anymore. Like maybe something went wrong. Whatever it is, we have to fix the leak in this boat, right?
Okay.
So there's that. Two, she's been isolated from friends and family from this conservativeship. So maybe people won't really notice because she doesn't have like people that can spot and be like, no, my best friend Brittany would never do that or whatever. I think Paris Hilton's the closest to her, and I think whatever Paris is doing, like I think she's got Britney's back. Hopefully.
Well, if you remember, Paris went through, they kind of were Britneying her for a while. And then she actually basically did a brand reset.
Yes.
And kind of reemerged as like the heiress again, like the hotel heiress business lady kind of thing.
So that's why I think like if she was there at the wedding, like she's in on some cover up, maybe it's to like help protect Britney in some way. I don't know. Okay. I don't really know the back motive, if it's malicious or not. I just think that if they were to pull something like this off, some of the reasons why they would choose Britney are that like not many people are close to Britney. So people,
I think you're right. They isolated her a long time ago.
Also, we don't know the true Britney either as the public, because she's been branded for so long.
They made her crazy years ago
back in 2005.
Yeah.
And like we've seen her, like me and you saw her in Vegas as this robotic thing, and we just kind of got used to robotic Britney and like the memes like, oh, Britney's a clone or whatever.
She's crazy again.
She's just crazy, like she's drugged out all the time, and like
she's a party princess,
and we just are there for like the memes, right? But maybe it's been like this for a while, and like we don't know anymore. Like the public has been so fucked with as far as Britney's public image is. Even her music might not be her.
I don't think it's been her for a long time.
So then what is the real Britney? She's just a character that we've all fallen in love with. It maybe like she's become this like fictional character almost.
As people who know tubers, don't we both agree, knowing the inside and out, that most of them are all characters?
That's why this is so easy for me to believe.
Yeah.
Like if I was to go this route, I know there's like just a lot of, I think the reason they mostly think they can get away with stuff like this, and maybe they have been getting away with stuff like this for a longer than we can imagine, is because if you say we think Britney is AI, it sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory.
True.
And nobody wants to be the person that falls for some stupid loony bin.
You don't want to seem crazy. Nobody wants to seem crazy.
Nobody wants to seem crazy.
Smart.
And like the fact that they would just do that and blatantly like lie to us so publicly and so like in your face seems not possible.
Right.
Like seems like too far-fetched.
Well, there's a force behind branding and behind really getting a brand image repeated to the eyeballs and earbuds of people for so many years, for fucking a generation, right?
Yeah.
And we both know, having known people, tubers on the inside and on the out, like it is hard to talk about specific things, folks, because we don't want those forces to come at us. Like, for example, perfect example of this is we knew about the Colleen Ballinger situation forever.
Yeah.
Not like some of the details. We didn't know she's like talking to kids and shit.
Or like sending
we
kids
knew that
porn.
like she's wild as fuck and like one of the meaner people out there. But you
couldn't
can't
say anything.
Say it because the fans are just going to come destroy you.
Yeah, because
she
you
has
have to present all of the evidence all at once, and it's just too much to deal with.
And what are you going to do? Just go take on her whole army of little kids who just like destroyed my friend Josh, by the way.
Yeah.
Guy who fucking got immolated and turned into a pile of rubble.
Yeah.
And was smoking ashes for years, right? And then now it took someone like doing a 4-hour documentary to try to like be like, hey, no, he's actually a good dude. Oops, oopsie daisies, right? And then all these fans out there going, whoopsie daisies. I guess we just fucked this guy's life over.
See, I think that's why we have a different perspective of like seeing how things really work behind the scenes. This is actually one of the things that really turned me off about the Hollywood entertainment industry as a whole is just how fucking fake it is. Like how much is it's presented. It's more fake than you ever can imagine. Right. And so when you go back into history and you see the turning point in music, which was in, I believe, the 1960s, where a lot of shit was happening, like not just in music, but across the board, I think the CIA looked at what could influence a mass amount of people. And they invested a lot into mind control studies. Like you heard of MK Ultra, all this stuff that's coming out now, that has come out recently that everyone knows about now. But like the CIA was really experimenting with how to control the masses through mind control. They did that radio program where they like, and people were tricked by it, right? Well, they really thought there was like
aliens invading.
Yeah, aliens invading. And so they wanted to see, they did all kinds of testing. They did subliminal marketing, they would put subliminal messages into TV programs and stuff. They did a lot of testing with that. And then they also, with the Beatles being like this wave, this Beatlemania phenomena of teens just losing their fucking minds. That was like the first time they saw that type of sensationalism around musical artists, and basically anything the Beatles said or did, like the teens would go do or whatever.
It was
they were
mania.
also the first case of being canceled. Like when
Jesus
they said, that John was bigger than Jesus. They got canceled, but it actually boosted record sales. So even that, the record companies were like, oh, we can make money. We can make money from controversies too. And so when they understood that, that's when I think they started really like planting musical industry plants to like take them from seed up and make them famous and make them into like a money machine that also influences a mass amount of people.
Oh yeah, culturally.
Like, music is the most influential thing, I think, even more so than politics.
Oh, I agree.
I think it outran politics, but the CIA was experimenting with a lot of politics stuff too. So it was like they were doing a lot of tests. You don't think by now they've really studied how human minds work and how to manipulate them on a mass scale?
They do it all the time.
Of course they do.
That's
and social media and the media narrative and social media and all of that has made it easier, but it's also made it easier for people to dig up the truth.
Yes.
Because we have access to all information now.
But you can dig up, and like I was just saying before, you can dig up the truth and you can even speak it. But if there are forces who have been repeatedly lied to you over the years about a narrative, they will literally use that narrative to attack you if you're countering the narrative. And and I've always get frustrated on this particular topic whenever we're talking about something like, it's like, oh, these celebrities, like, you guys don't know, they're all so fake. Hey, Steve and Nikki, why don't you just fucking say it then? Name names, just say what's going on. Yeah, dude, because those forces just clap back and destroy you. They take your life away, and now you're the guy who came out, and then they made you seem nuts.
Yeah, they'll find every way to discredit
and
you.
now you can't work anywhere. And like, yeah, dude, I've seen it happen too many times. Like, why would I do that?
So many times. People are like, well, if there's all this sexual, like even with like the Me Too movement and stuff,
man.
It was all going on. Why didn't you just say it when it happened? Because you wouldn't fucking work. That's why.
You wouldn't work.
Because people wouldn't get jobs.
By the way, bigger people than us should talk about that one.
Yeah. But I'm just using that as an example.
And that's one where everyone knew. Everyone in town knew.
Yeah.
Everyone. I remember being in acting classes and people doing Harvey Weinstein bits.
Yeah.
And that was in like 2001. Mm-hmm. It's like wild.
Well, I know someone that got invited to sleep with him, and she turned it down, and the person that ended up becoming very famous. And I can't tell you who's that. But I'm just saying that it was very well known, and yet the public is like, that's just a myth that happened.
It's just a conspiracy
at
theory.
At the time, and then now it's the truths have been coming out like more and more.
Epstein Island was talked around for many years, right?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein and human trafficking ring and all that stuff, and then all that comes out, and then everyone acts like it's all solved now.
I know.
It's all solved.
Well, it's because whatever the media is harping on, that's the biggest issue.
Yeah.
But if the media is not covering it, it must not be a big issue anymore. It must not be something.
It's like the Catholic Church. Whenever they get busted, then they act like it's all solved. Nobody gets fired, by the way. All the cardinals get promoted or moved around.
Divert your eyeballs over to this thing here.
And follow the news headlines. We said we're reforming the Catholic Church. Oh, that's good. I see that a bunch of times. Reforming the Catholic Church. As part of their ongoing reformation effort, you just see that enough times. You go, oh, you know what? Their public brand image feels kind of much better now. Actually, the smell has been taken out of the room. But really, what's going on is they just moved the smell somewhere else.
Yeah.
And now you're not smelling it anymore, and it's all really nice in your room actually.
Yeah, and so this is where it worries me is that I'm not saying that Britney's AI or not. I haven't done enough of a deep dive on it, but I'm saying that with the technology we have available right now, and it's still in its beginning stages, it's pretty fucking good. Like the Tom Cruise stuff, they've done AI stuff with like Elvis. They've shown how, and it's like, whoa, like they can make Tupac do a show, right?
Hologram.
But and that's cool. But every cool thing has the opposite side of the coin where they can use it very devastatingly, nefariously, and they will. If put into the hands of powerful people who want to use it whatever way they want.
There was a little girl who spoke in front of Congress that's supposed to be sworn testimony, and she, before the Iraq War, she was basically saying, I watched them take babies and put them into incubators and all this shit. Mm-hmm. And this is the first Gulf War, right?
Yeah.
She's like, I saw them taking babies and shoving them in incubators and all this stuff. And like, it was just devastating congressional testimony. All of it fake, right? Mm-hmm. Getting people to want to go to war. Same kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
It's propaganda. Propaganda is powerful.
Yeah, propaganda is super powerful. And if you can get the majority, I was watching a video about like how they've got it down to a science where only 30% of the population will question it, and that's not enough. Like the 70% will
just go with it,
and they'll torch the people that are questioning it, right? Part. And so the minority becomes even more minority, or they don't want to talk about it because they don't want to get torched, right? But the villagers will torch them. So like what's the use? You just question things, but you can't go anywhere with them. But it does make good TikTok content.
Sure does.
So if that's any solace, you can check out TikTok videos and stuff.
Dude, Scott Ritter, the UN weapons inspector in the 2000s during the second the build up to the second Iraq war, he was on every TV show trying to be like, hey, Saddam has nothing. I've been there. I've stood there. He has nothing. And they all clowned on him. He's the 30% getting clowned on by the 70%. Right? It's frustrating.
No, I've been obsessed. God bless the internet and also on the flip side, the internet can be very evil, but like for the freedom of other people being able to post on platforms and showing like different sides of things, because I've been obsessed with like independent, I don't know what you call it, like not independent journalists, but archaeologists, I guess, that go and like dig up a very different narrative of human history that is fucking mind-blowing to me, how much evidence there is of the technology of civilizations that used to
narratives
that get hidden by the Smithsonian that like just piles and piles of evidence of a different world that happened. But anyway, that's a different episode, and I think all of it just relates to, what kind of world are we living in? Are we living in the truth or are we living in a program?
Dude, Brittany is fake.
Yeah.
I think Brittany's been fake for a long time. That's my take on it.
But is she alive? Is she real? Is she safe?
I hope so. I hope that Brittany just like, they're like, hey, you can make this amount of money per year.
Yeah.
We're going to take control. And I think she's been cool with it because like she let other people write her music and all that kind of stuff. And she's still mommy and she's still mother and all that stuff. I love her.
Yeah.
But I just didn't see a person there when we saw her.
I think that's what the diggers are really trying to find out, is if Brittany's okay.
Yeah.
If it's like,
I would hope so.
Yeah. If they have her captive somewhere and she's not allowed to say, or if she's just like, hey, I want to be retired. I don't care anymore. Like, just do whatever you want to do. Just let me see my kids and like, let me have a private life. Because she was kind of getting sick of the fame and like paparazzis everywhere, So if I'm her and I'm sick of the fame, why not have like an AI clone of me that they bother and I can just live my private life?
Eminem can't even go to Target. That's in his song.
It's in his song.
He says, I can't even walk around
Sometimes he
Target.
just wants to go into a Target. He doesn't want to buy anything. He just wants to fucking walk around inside it.
Can't even do that.
Can't do it.
Too famous to go to Target.
They should open Target an
online.
hour early.
They should have an online Target.
It should open an hour early for Eminem.
Oh, that'd
and
be cool.
they can walk around and pretend he's a person.
Did you see the video of Michael Jackson doing that with the grocery store? They like closed a grocery store and just had Michael Jackson walking around the grocery store.
No.
And he's like fascinated by it. He's like,
well, do you know the stories of Michael Jackson getting in deep disguises?
yes.
Where he even approached his own brother and his brother didn't recognize him?
I did not hear that.
Oh, yeah. There's like a story of like him going up to his brother and his brother's like, leave me alone. Like, who the fuck are you? And then he like reveals that he's Michael Jackson. He's like, what the fuck?
That's funny. You know, my dad used to play basketball with the Jacksons. Not kidding.
What?
Yeah, they went to the same school, and my dad was in the same age group, and they would play basketball together.
No.
Yeah, him and like the Jackson 5.
Shut up.
I'm serious. Yeah.
First of all, Chuck playing basketball.
I know, it's hilarious. Well, that's like me playing basketball. I did it though. But yeah, no, my dad said that Jermaine was extremely cool, like a really cool dude. He said that Michael was definitely like
I don't think
distant.
I've ever met a Jermaine that wasn't cool.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said Jermaine was his favorite, and him and Jermaine were kind of buds for a little bit, and then they're all just they're just so busy and shit. But
yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, and their father was very controlling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think. Is Brittany an AI? I'll leave links in the description because there's like a lot of details, obviously, that I didn't dig into. But it gets really, really like the more you dig, the more you're like, I think Brittany might be an AI.
Right.
So
yeah, this is definitely one that I would want to see visuals for and stuff like that.
Well, I'm gonna I'll try to put as many visuals as I can into the episode. But there's like full accounts that you should check out that have deep dive videos of them, and they show very detailed things.
Love it.
So check it out. Also, let us know in the comments what you think. I'm completely open to hearing thoughts of everything because I find it all fascinating.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
I love this topic.
Yeah.
I love it.
Ultimately, I'm pretty of the notion that we're in a simulation anyway. So, all things are open.
Do you think birds are real?
Fuck no.
Me either. Yeah. Okay, and with that, we will see you guys on the next one.
Birds are Paul McCartney clones.
But he's dead.
Well,
it's a paradox.
They took his soul and they put him in the bird drones.
Bye.
Bye.